Our top story this news day, and British Prime Minister David Cameron is pushing Sri Lanka to improve its record on human rights, but has refused to criticise Tony Abbott for his gentler approach. Mr Cameron has addressed the media at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Colombo, saying the host nation needs to properly reconcile with the Tamils, who were defeated in a civil war. Let's bring in Sky News political reporter Tom Connell, who's there. Tom, David Cameron and Tony Abbott have had a very different approach to this issue of alleged war crimes.
Yeah, they have, and we've heard from the British Prime Minister today. In the wake of a visit yesterday, he went to the north of the country in Tafna and visited and spoke with quite a few Tamil people who spoke about their tales of how they say they've been oppressed. It included visiting a newspaper where there were bullet holes and also a printing press that was believed to have been burnt down in April. So that was his visit yesterday. He backed that up today with some strong comments saying that yes, Sri Lanka has made some progress since the end of the civil war in 2009, but they need to work harder on a genuine free press here in the country, a free media, and also to have a full investigation into the end of that war, in particular 2009, and some of the alleged atrocities that were carried out. So that's what he was pushing for today. He was asked as well about the approach of the Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott. He's opted to not directly criticise Sri Lanka, say that yes, perhaps there were some issues in the past, but he believes they've made good progress, and one of his quotes were there should be as much praise as there should criticism of the country in the way they have progress since then. Well, David Cameron didn't want to criticise his counterpart from Australia. Have a listen.
Let him speak for himself, but I think he's absolutely right what he said in his opening remarks, that it's important that we talk up the potential of this country. I'm very keen to do that. I think there's immense potential here in Sri Lanka, but I think we do that not by gliding over the difficult issues, but I think it's right to confront and discuss the difficult issues, the human rights issues, journalistic freedom issues, the importance of reconciliation. It's important to talk about those things too.
Abbott has said another element to his approach here has been that he's conscious that the host nation is a good friend to Australia and has agreed to extra cooperation when it comes to asylum seekers, returning those same people in question, Tamils, who do try to seek asylum by boat to Australia, swiftly back to the country. So he's conscious of that cooperation. That's part of his approach here, and there is also believed to be some sort of a deal, extra deal on asylum seekers, likely to be announced by the PM tomorrow. He has met with representatives in various countries relevant to that issue, including Papua New Guinea. Is going to meet later today, and he met the Nauru president yesterday. So we'll wait and see what comes out of that. As for today here at Choggum, it's the leaders behind closed doors, away on the retreat sessions, no minders, no media, so they can be as forthright as they would like to be. And I'd imagine in particular some forthright discussions between the Sri Lankan and the British Prime Minister. They've already had a bilateral meeting, but no doubt some wrestling as to what ends up in the communique, if anything, about this human rights issue that's been bubbling away throughout the Choggum 2013 meeting.
Yeah, wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall, Tom? Thank you. We'll touch base with you a little later on.